Welcome to Contributor Wednesday on Bridge the Gap Network. In this series, you'll hear from thought leaders on a variety of topics dedicated to inform, educate, and influence the senior living industry.
Welcome to Bridge the Gap Podcast, Contributor Wednesday Takeover by Josh and Lucas. This is a fun and exciting show we have on deck for you today. We just got off some planning for this, and it is completely derailed into something that we hope you're going to have fun with. Josh, we're going to be making some live phone calls to some of our friends in the industry and some of our Contributor Wednesdays. We have absolutely no idea if they're going to pick up, who's going to pick up, who's going to talk, and we're just going to see what happens.
Lucas, this is exactly what happens when we don't have a guest in the middle of me and you that's bright and intelligent. We start just having fun. And so there is no script for this. We literally are going to call our fun group of contributors. Most likely they're all hustling, so we might just be getting voicemails, but we're going to have fun with that as well.
And before we dive into that, we do want to remind people, so Contributor Wednesday, this is a pilot series that we started to bring on some big thought leaders in the industry, which has been a great opportunity because in the virtual world that we have all been forced into, we're not having these interactions at conferences like we've had in the past. And so what a great opportunity for the Bridge the Gap Network to bring on these great thought leaders that every single week they rotate in and out of these various topics. We've got Tracy Bild on sales and marketing. We've got James Lee on leadership and culture. We've got Charles Turner on innovations and senior care. And Meredith Mills talks about healthcare and policy. These big topics that range and span throughout the senior living industry. Every single week, people can come on and be educated and informed and influenced by these great thought leaders. And it's been very rewarding and also very well received by our audience.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Lucas. And we are so blessed to be able to have them on this platform, on this network, each and every single week. These are folks that typically you would need to go to a conference, travel to, spend a lot of money, sign up for a session, and go and be able to hear what they're bringing to you from the comfort of your vehicle, the comfort of your living room, your easy chair, walking your dog, or wherever you want. That's the beauty of the Bridge the Gap Network and our Wednesday contributors. So super excited to prank those guys here in just a little while.
This is going to be fun. Hopefully they pick up. Most of them, when I call, they just put me to voicemail. So we'll see what happens this morning, today as we go through this. But before we do that, back to the pilot program. So even just a few weeks, number of episodes in, we can already tell that this is going to be a successful series, something that we're going to continue. We called it a pilot in the beginning because we had no idea what would happen, if it would work out. We can tell at this point that it definitely is working out, and it's actually trending ahead of the Josh and Lucas Monday show, which brings us a lot of joy, in fact. And I'm not surprised that that's the case because the content has really blown me away.
Absolutely. And these are deep dives on specific subjects and topics that are extremely timely and relevant for our industry. And so we're excited. And so you're exactly right, Lucas, to kind of give the teaser to our audience. This is going to be a thing from now on. And also, because we are now a network, not just a single podcast platform, it's not just the Josh and Lucas show any longer, but we are informing, educating, and influencing, taking that to a whole new level, adding so much more bandwidth with some great guests. These contributors, many of them over the next coming months, will also spin off into additional shows with additional brands that live on the Bridge the Gap network, and we'll add more contributors to the Wednesday show. So we couldn't be more excited for these folks that have given of their time to inform the industry on these relevant topics. And we couldn't be more excited for our listeners that we're just giving you more on the Bridge the Gap network.
Exactly. And one thing that I'm excited about is the conversations that we are currently engaging in with new contributors that will come on in Q1 of 2021. So a lot of good, interesting conversations taking place. And to our listeners and our audience, hey, if you know somebody that you're like, man, I would love to hear them on the Bridge the Gap network, please write us an email, DM us, go to our website, btgvoice.com, send us a message, or go to find our social pages and just send us a direct message. And we'd love to have that conversation. So, all right, Josh, now with that kind of framework and setup, you ready to make our first call?
We need to do this. So we have never done this before on our show. And honestly, this was a very last minute idea on both of our parts this morning. I guess maybe we didn't have enough coffee, maybe had too much coffee. I'm not sure. But if you're listening to this right now, you're actually going on this journey with us, because we're just going to try to randomly dial our contributors and see what happens. So Lucas, are you connected?
I'm connected. Yeah. So the first one that we're going to call is our good buddy, Charles. And, sometimes you never know what you're going to get with Charles. He seems like an easygoing guy, but he tends to be pretty opinionated. And if you catch him on a bad kind of moment, you better watch out. He might bring the fire, a little rough around the edges, that Charles sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I've got the beep button ready for our audience, and hopefully no four-letter words. Charles has been known to drop a few. We'll see what happens.
Well, and to our listeners, we're giving them some insider stuff here. So Charles has been a good friend of us for a while. And in my phone, he's not just titled as just Charles Turner. Charles takes trips to Mexico every now and then, which a lot of Texans do. He's got some back office set up down there. And so they'll go to these big bullfights. They'll go to these big wrestling events. And he made a post about this big wrestler, or this big event, and it was titled Mystico. And so on my phone, he is Charles Mystico Turner. So let's call Charles and see what happens.
How are you doing?
Hey, Charles. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. It's funny. It's like you were actually on my list of people to call today.
Really? Why?
Yeah, they're just because I hadn't heard from you a while. What would that be?
Well, you were on my mind too. And before you give me all this great praise, Josh posted another shirtless video on social media this morning, and I think I'm done. I think I'm over it. I don't think I can do it anymore.
What anymore?
I don't think I can be affiliated with that anymore.
You're kidding me, right?
It's just offensive.
What did he do? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm just emotional.
Are you? I mean, I don't mean to make a lot of it, but what did he post it on?
He goes in, he works out, he goes in the sauna with his shirt off. And, during COVID, I've put on a little weight, and I feel shame. I just feel shame.
Are you serious? Or are you? I've seen a shirtless picture of him on social media today.
I know that. You feel the same way, right? I mean, there's no room for that.
I don't see shirtless pictures there.
And then another topic.
Yeah.
I saw your picture where you were talking about getting COVID from your cat, and you're really solemn in your room. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I was fine. I was actually when I was you found screwing around with my camera, and it was Friday afternoon, and what happens when I just screw around with this camera? It has a remote picture something thing. So I'm like, cool, so both it.
Well, I mean, not that Josh is with me or anything. Because he's probably not. But if he was here, and what would you say about the shirtless stuff?
What would I say about the shirtless stuff? Or am I being recorded?
Yes, you're being
not.
recorded. This was a fun listen for me, but I got to bust in here, Charles, because you're being so nice. I think you must have known something is up here because you're being way too nice to me.
Trying to figure what's going on.
You're on a live recording with Bridge the Gap Wednesday contributors, where we are prank calling all of our contributors, and you were our first call, man. You did great.
I figured something was going on because the audio was a little weird.
Man.
Okay. If y'all are going to be pranking people, let me in on this one, all right? Because I think I could do it better.
I actually believe you.
Leave this to the professionals.
So we've got some more calls to make, and I think that if this program works out well, there will definitely need to be a round 2, and I think that the chair committee will definitely go to Charles because he's the ultimate spoofer pranker for sure.
Do you want me to loop in Meredith? I'll call her right now.
Sure, why not?
We could give it a go.
We'll see. So Charles is on hold. I'm calling Meredith. I have no idea. She may not pick up. She probably does have something pressing.
Your call has been forwarded automated voice messaging system. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I got this. Hey, Meredith, this is Charles Turner. I hope you're doing all right. Couple things real fast. I listened to your latest submission. I loved it, by the way. I started getting a couple calls and some of the things that you said, and I want to verify if that's what you meant, because there were some people that were kind of upset, but I want to clarify some things. So call me back when you get a chance. I think you have my number. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Now, how confusing is that? Charles Turner calling from Lucas's phone. This is going to be just all kinds of weird. She might call back in just a minute.
That's the plan.
So I did get a text. I got the standard automated text. Sorry, I can't talk right now.
Who's next? Let's try another one.
We need to get somebody in that we call Tracy to say, hey, we did one of your techniques and half our building moved out.
Who's taking the lead on this one, Charles or Lucas?
If she picks up, she's a busy lady. I'm shocked if she will. I'll say, Tracy, look, I got Charles on the phone. It's kind of an emergency. You're really good at, PR and crisis management. We have a couple of things we want to run by you. All right, Let me try this.
I could do this all day.
This is Tracy Bill. Please
there you go.
Detailed message, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thanks, and have a great day.
It's probably on our boat.
At the tone, please record your message.
In the hurricane.
Finished recording. You may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Tracy, you got Josh and Charles Turner here. This is Lucas. We know that you're the queen of crisis management. And so we just had a couple of questions. There's some stuff that popped up. We just wanted to run by you. So call me back.
All right. We got to see if we can catch James now. James Lee, everybody. It's ringing. It's ringing.
I feel like I'm 14 doing this.
Hi, this is James. Please leave your name, number, and message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
At the tone, please record your message.
Go ahead, Charles.
You have finished recording. You may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, bud, this is Charles Turner. We actually have Lucas and Josh. We're actually having a quick call. Apparently, something popped up that I think Lucas could probably tell you more about it, but there's a threatened lawsuit about some of the content we're putting out, and they're naming all of us, all the contributors as well. In the supposed lawsuit, we're trying to get into the bottom of it, but you want to call Lucas out to figure out what's going on.
We need your leadership and culture direction. Okay. Thanks.
Oh, this is so fun.
I'm worried that I'd lie too easily.
You make it sound so natural. I'm very concerned, Charles.
Well, I have secret shopped at least 300 buildings in my lifetime, and it comes to
Hey, Charles, but you never answered our question. I was genuinely concerned that you do have COVID from your cat. Is that true or not true?
I was like, so how is the connection of the COVID from my cat?
I don't know. You know, people think weird things when they see things on social, and it looked like that's what you were posting about.
I'm looking at my cat right now. I don't think he has COVID. Can cats get COVID?
But do you have COVID? Because he may be asymptomatic.
He could be. Do I? I actually have an appointment with the ENT in about an hour to find out.
This is, you hear it first on the Health Network, Bridge the Gap. We're bridging the gap of Senior Living Health Network.
Violation.
No, you signed consent in that Contributor Wednesday agreement. It was the fine print that you must not have read.
I didn't sign jack squad. I'm still waiting for my paycheck.
We are too. Charles, thank you for being a good sport this morning, and thank you for not yet being in hustle mode and taking our call. You were the only one of our contributors that apparently had time to talk to us. I don't know what that says about your schedule, but I really appreciate it.
I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what this says about you guys, but I don't know what it says about
This is our job.
Yeah, but maybe when Lucas calls, like, I'm going to pick up, right?
Oh, man.
For good or for bad. I'm going to pick up.
I appreciate that.
You know, the bad thing is Lucas is going to be mending fences and putting out fires the rest of the day, because probably James has already called his attorney, and will have his attorney on the phone when he calls Lucas back later today, when Lucas is actually in the middle of something that is very important.
Well, let this be a lesson to you. Don't prank call me. I'm going to mess your day up.
We knew we were opening up Pandora's box.
All right. Well, y'all go back to doing what you're supposed to be doing.
All right. You too.
See you, man.
All right.
Take
Talk to
care.
you later.
Bye.
All right.
That was fun.
Oh, man. So, Lucas, we sort of always have this much fun when we're together. And to be honest with you, I have this much fun every day in senior living. I know it's got its challenges, it's got its obstacles, but the people are who make the industry awesome. And our contributors are just a small sampling of the awesomeness of our industry, how thankful we are to them, how thankful they are that, how thankful we are that they're giving of their time so much. Hope that our listeners are enjoying, obviously by the ratings they are. So we're going to continue to bring more of that. But it's been fun just departing from the normal thought leadership to do a little prank calling this morning.
Definitely. We got to keep it fun, keep it light. You know, it's a complicated business, senior living, and there's a lot of heavy topics that get discussed and happen. But to your point, we got great people in this industry, and it's the primary reason why I love the industry so much is because the people. So a lot of fun today, Josh. Great idea. This is a lot of fun to have just kind of just put it out there and see what happens. So I hope our listeners enjoyed this. A little bit of a offshoot, maybe right field kind of a podcast for us this morning, but a lot of fun, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and our listeners, if you want to know more about our contributors, check out btgvoice.com. Each one of them, there's their bio and how to connect with them. Huge and valuable resources to everyone in the senior living. I know they'd love to connect with you. Connect with us at btgvoice.com. Hope everyone has an awesome day. Continue to keep tuning into the btgvoice.com network for all your latest content on every senior living topic you can imagine.
More shows and more content coming your way. This is another Contributor Wednesday, Takeover by Josh and Lucas. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Thanks for listening to Contributor Wednesday series on Bridge the Gap Network. For more information about the contributors and for a full library of episodes, visit btgvoice.com.
Sorry, Lucas, now you have to answer all the questions stirred up after.
Oh my gosh, so funny.